Hello again, thanks for watching. I hope it is still not boring. I promised in the last video I would say a bit more about that ambulance procedure, police procedure and that your lawyer part. As I've said, there are 6 phases in the strategic approach. One is the planning, the very first one. Let's face it, if you are a dedicated martial artist, you have over the years put a lot of time, energy, effort and money into your art. And probably if you will remain a dedicated martial artist, you will put even more money into your art. You should divert some of that money to hire a lawyer. And ask that lawyer to specifically advise you on the laws and legislation of self-defense, civil self-defense in your country. So ask your lawyer about the ins and outs of self-defense. What are you allowed to do? What are you not allowed to do? What are the circumstances? And also have your lawyer advise you about how to deal with the cops in any number of circumstances. You are a law-abiding citizen. I assume that you are acting in self-defense if anything happens. And so, as a good citizen, you should know about your rights and how to uphold them. And believe me, I have seen some good guys getting severe trouble with the cops and with the DA's office because they have not listened to what the lawyers had to say, or didn't listen, or didn't hire a lawyer in the first place. So, go to the yellow pages, find a good lawyer, hire him, ask him, quench him like you would quench a melon for any bit of information. Get a handbook on how to deal with the cops. Get a handbook on what to say and what not to say. And make sure that you are on the customer list of this lawyer. That is very, very relevant. And make sure that you have his number, any of his phone numbers you can get hold of in your mobile phone. By the way, for a martial artist, for a modern martial artist, this, in case the camera does not show it well enough, it's a mobile phone. This is an EDC item, everyday carry. As a martial artist, a responsible martial artist, you should always have it electrically charged and you should have the money charged up. So you can use it and phone for help. That's just a sidetrack. One thing that we can learn from the cops and from the military is the art of knowing when to call for backup and being prepared to actually being able to do so. So, first piece of advice in the first phase of self-defense planning: hire a lawyer. Learn the ins and outs about the laws and legislation about self-defense in your country and get a handbook for how to deal with the cops. Learn the catchphrases that you may say and that you may not say. Practically learn it by heart. Drill it. This is a high-stress surrounding. Again, something we can learn from the military. People become dumb under stress. You become dumb, I become dumb, everybody becomes dumb under stress. So whatever they are required to do, even under high-stress circumstances, must be drilled in again and again and again. So, dealing with the cops, once you had a violent encounter, is certainly something that you must be training for. Just to have the information is not enough. So, like you have sparring when you exchange combat skills, you must have role plays where one plays the cop and really pressures you. Sorry to say, that's just the reality of it. You must train to encounter the cops. And the basis for that training must come from a lawyer. Period. Second thing that you should do. In many countries, the cops offer lessons for civilians how to stay safe, how to keep my home safe, and the like. It is always worthwhile listening to these lessons, because they also show you how the police views these things. And when you have a violent self-defense encounter, the police is an unknown factor. So, the more you know about them, the better. Because one thing is for sure, you do not want to come on the cops' bad side. Maybe you don't want to suck up to them, but you do not want to antagonize the cops. That's just it. Only idiots brag about that. If you have any brains left and are not a total prick, you want to remain on the cops' good side. So, ask a lawyer, hire a lawyer. They cost money, and yes, every dollar or euro or whatever your currency is you spend on a lawyer's advice in this question, how to deal with the cops, what are my rights, what should I say, what should I not say. Every dollar, euro is well spent. Make a training scenario and train it. Often, so that you are well versed and even if you lost your nerve, still function practically. Second, make a paramedic course. So that you learn first aid yourself. And if you have done one in order to get your driving license, make one again, refresh it. Also, this is something you must train and train and train over again. You should make one every year. Just to stay in the loop and to hone your skills or get your skills to the point where they need to be. And find out how to call an ambulance. So go call those ambulance services or whatever it is in your country. Or go to the courses they offer. Find out what to say so that the ambulance really comes. A friend of mine was an ambulance driver, and he said one of the main reasons why the ambulances sometimes came too late were that the people who called the ambulance did not really know what to say. And it took the dispatcher sometimes 10 to 15 minutes to get the necessary information out of them. If your friend has a knife wound, he may not have that much time. So practice, practice, practice. And this is now the last part of the strategic approach for this video that I'm addressing. The last thing you need to do for planning is you must be able to use a map. That is what we can learn from the military. So, to use a map and a compass to do land navigation. Look it up, there are excellent tutorials on YouTube and excellent tutorials in the web. Land navigation with map and compass would be the keywords to look for. But that is, for a martial artist, just the beginning, so that you know where you are and where to go. Obviously, if you want to tell the cops and the ambulance where you are, you need to know where you are. So, you must not only read the map, you must make a map of your own city. So purchase a very good plan of your own city or of your quarter. Learn everything about your surrounding. That means walk with that plan through your city or bicycle through your city until you know the names of the streets. Find out where the police stations are. Find out where the hospitals are. Find out where the cab or taxi stands are. Find out where pharmacies are. And find out where some of the doctors are. That is critical information and you need to know it. Know the streets, know the names of the streets, so you can name them. And know where the danger areas are, and know where the safe havens are. Places to which you can run, and where an attack is unlikely to happen, and from which you can call help without immediate danger. And even if you are built like a tank and don't need it for yourself, mayhap your children will need it. More on that map thing in the next video. I'm approaching 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, train diligent, be blessed.